place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
This is Lancaster County Attorney Pat Condon reminding you to vote for my friend and colleague, Carolyn Bozin. Carolyn Bozin is a strong voice for Lincoln, who we need representing us in the legislature. Carolyn Bozin voted for historic funding for education to support our schools and for the largest property tax relief package in Nebraska history. Carolyn Bozin is the voice we need representing us in the legislature. This is Lancaster County Attorney Pat Condon. Join me in supporting Carolyn Bozin for legislature on May 14th.
Paid for by Bozin for legislature.
Hi, I'm Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised in Lancaster County, learning the value of hard work and grit at a young age. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. I know that families and businesses in our community need lower taxes, lower cost of healthcare, and a great education. That's why, as your senator, I helped pass the largest tax cut and made the most significant investment in education in Nebraska history and worked to reduce the cost of healthcare. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on May 14th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Hello?
Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
The Red White Spring Game is coming soon. Do you know your tailgate meal for before and after the game? Führer's Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate something for all Nebraskans, made in Nebraska. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you tailgate without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's Cheese Spread. No spring game party or tailgate is complete without it.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska Esports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Brought to you by Sand Hills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Wednesday. The first hour is proudly sponsored by Sand Hills Global. Sand Hills Global is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Career and internship opportunities are available at the global headquarters in Lincoln. Apply today at sandhills.jobs. And with that, starting the show, I have breaking news, everyone.
Let's hear it.
Are you ready for this breaking news?
Is that me?
I think so.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking. I'm like, where is that noise coming from?
Where's the noise coming? And that's like the breaking news sounder right there.
That was
Here, hold on.
That
Let me
was
see
good.
if I could get
You
it.
got some breaking news sounder?
I think I might.
If you can find it, this is definitely breaking news.
My volume is way high. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Let's see. Give me a little idle chit chat here because I think this will be worth it.
Oh, this will be worth it if you
My
find
bad
that
on
breaking
that.
news. Oh, no, you're
I had
all
turned
right.
it up
You're all right,
yesterday.
Ahman. You're all right.
Yeah,
You're
I
looking
was
good
like,
today, Ahman. I like that. I like
Trying
the
to wear a
outfit here.
collar shirt. Hey, it's a Batman-esque collar shirt. You don't see the symbol, but it's in the back of the collar. Always Bruce Wayne. Because Batman and Bruce Wayne never in the room at the same time. Y'all know that.
I'll
right?
push a button and see what happens, Josh.
Okay, here we go. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Let's do it. Actually, nope, not where.
Okay, here we go.
Just go.
All right, today's breaking news reported by Adam Schefter and ESPN. Reggie Bush is getting his 2005 Heisman Trophy back.
Whoa.
Really?
Amid what the Heisman Trust calls enormous changes in the college football landscape. Pete Thamel has learned Bush forfeited his Heisman Trophy in 2010 in the wake of the significant NCAA sanctions for USC. So Reggie Bush is getting his Heisman back, but more importantly, Johnny Manziel will be back at the Heisman ceremony next year because he said he was going to sit out every Heisman ceremony until Reggie got his Heisman Trophy back. So
okay.
That is the breaking news of the day. Reggie Bush will get his Heisman Trophy back.
Facts. Okay.
It surprises me a little bit just for the fact that, but I guess the Heisman Trust is a little bit different than the NCAA. If it was the NCAA, I think they'd be stubborn and they would continue to be like, well, that's, you're not getting it. That's the way the rules were back then. So I'm glad that the Heisman has looked at the way things are set up now. I understand that at the time, rules were broken, but I don't think taking away a Heisman Trophy, I don't think getting some money to pay for, his parents' house or whatever was affecting what was happening on the field.
Yeah, I mean, that
was crazy what the numbers and stats he put up.
Yeah, that's where, as we know back then, the NCAA had the control and they're kind of sometimes abusing it because I know guys even here for lunches would get in trouble for a lunch that was like $12. And it wouldn't be a big trouble, but it'll be something where it's a fine to the university or to in the athletic department for football program.
Then they make them pay. They make them pay back for the sandwich.
Back the $12. It's like, really? I mean,
yeah, it was.
You're giving us a life change of a full ride scholarship, room and board, and all that stuff at that time. But yeah, it's a whole bunch of. If we talk about the whole economics of why we got NIL now, then it's not even an argument for the NCAA. What colleges made off of college athletes, not just football, but athletes back then until now. So they're trying to figure out kind of like what we're doing here with our collective, trying to make sure we got money in their collectives. Hey, it's like it's there. Just the teams or the people, whoever's funding those collectives, just got to understand. I mean, they gotta they got to basically fork it out because the athletes deserve it and the programs deserve it, and it brings more notoriety to the university.
I was going to say, I think a lot of people are always wondering if Reggie Bush would get that Heisman back. In your guys' opinions, did you ever see this happening again? And if you did, how long did you think it would take?
To be honest, I really didn't think it was going to change because I know how, like Raff mentioned, the NCAA and how they work, and they're slow. They're not sometimes forward thinking or innovative. Sometimes they are, sometimes they are, and usually they aren't. And so I wasn't expecting it no time soon. I wasn't expecting it to hear it ever. And so to hear it, and it's a nice little delight to my day that there can be change in certain places where nothing would change and everything could stay back in the 70s, the 60s, and the 50s in terms of decision-making process.
Yeah, it surprises me. I thought eventually he might get it back, but I figured they'd be stubborn for a while. But I'm glad that they did it now. I always feel so bad for. I mean, I understand, what he'd done was wrong, but I also understand there were a lot of people that were probably.
It wasn't just him
getting some money. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's like, and you're just making him the one guy that was accountable. I mean,
right.
I mean, say what you want. Like Johnny Manziel said, Johnny Manziel comes out. He's the first one. He said, yeah, I was taking, $40,000 a month, $25,000 a month, because everybody was, or not everybody, but a lot of people were doing it.
I know. People asked me during that time and other times.
You were working
no.
AG was working a Blockbuster.
Blockbuster Video, summer camp counselor, ambassador. I had jobs. That's where my money came from.
Yeah.
It was hard earned, trust me. So, yeah, it was just interesting hearing that and getting the questions asked to me because, what about you, AG? No, nothing. I mean, freshman year, what was I rolling in? I think part of my freshman year, I didn't even have a car, and then I got one. My mom and dad got a, what was it? I think it was a Dodge Daytona. You remember the Daytona?
Oh, yeah.
I put some roasters on it. I thought I was fly. It was a green, emerald green Dodge roaster.
So speaking about extravagance.
Yeah.
We got this on the text line from Culligan J.
Uh-oh.
What is the most extravagant Batman collectible that you have?
Extravagant. I'm different in terms of like what I think is extravagant. I don't know what they may think of because I'll look at having the Michael Keaton costume. For me, that's extravagant.
Yeah, that's cool.
I had the Batman version of that one, and it was actually the original one of the
crazy
set ones that he would put on, off and on, switch off. Because you do a movie, they have like 20 of the costumes of the same one because of fight scenes, they got to repair them and all that. And this one was one that had a couple rips on it, and so it was old school latex.
Wow,
you had to put the baby powder on so the latex didn't stick to your skin.
Yeah.
So I wore it once to my first Comic-Con. I wore it as in cosplay. I was like, I'm going to my first Comic-Con in 2009. I got to dress up as someone because that's part of it is Halloween in July for adults when you go to San Diego Comic-Con. So I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it right. And Batman was my first selection.
So you didn't have a Batmobile your senior year? No one gave you one?
No Batmobile. I've been
offered Lincoln in the Batmobile.
I've been offered the Batmobile in so many ways. For one guy, being as nice as he was, he offered me a Batman license plate that he had done for himself back in like the 60s or the 70s, and he was going to sell it to me in Wisconsin. I'm like, it's your license plate. And you're going to sell it to me? I'm like, it was expired, so it wasn't nothing that he was currently using. But I was like, I'm good. I had my own. I got bought a Mustang Celine, and I put Batman 30 on my plate then, so I still have that in my garage or packed up somewhere.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So AD was in Fargo yesterday.
Yep.
AD drove to Fargo yesterday and drove back. AD got home at 3:50 this morning, I believe. Well, I get a text from AD this morning. He says, I'll be there. And AD is in the building. That is commitment.
Hey, we gangster.
Commitment to radio excellence right there. So I think right now, let's throw it to break, and we'll come back, and we'll have the man, the myth, the AD.
Man.
It's $5.99 barbecue time.
Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at gohogwild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Spring in Nebraska brings green grass and warmer weather, but it also brings severe storms which can cause damage to your home. Meadowlark Exterior specializes in hail, storm, and wind damage restoration, as well as roofing, siding, and gutters for commercial or residential buildings. Meadowlark Exteriors focuses on fine craftsmanship and proves that in their attention to detail. They offer free roof inspections and estimates and insurance claim assistance, serving the Lincoln and Omaha surrounding areas. Call today at 402-875-2956 or go to meadowlarkexteriors.com.
Hi, I'm Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised in Lancaster County, learning the value of hard work and grit at a young age. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. I know that families and businesses in our community need lower taxes, lower cost of healthcare, and a great education. That's why, as your senator, I helped pass the largest tax cut and made the most significant investment in education in Nebraska history and worked to reduce the cost of healthcare. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on May 14th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
There's more time to save big at Bonzall Pool & Spa with their extended Double the Savings sales event. Now through April 30th, buyers can take advantage of up to $1,500 in savings when they purchase a new hot spring spa. Visit the Bonzall Pool & Spa showroom at 33rd and Pioneers or visit their website at www.bonzallpool.com to learn more about this hot sale. Act now because this offer ends April 30th. Bonzall Pool & Spa, every day made better.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Hello?
Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hey guys, it's Bill Bush. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty has opened a new location in Pender, Nebraska, in addition to their office in Lincoln. The real estate world can be confusing, so why wouldn't you want an expert helping you every step of the way? If you're looking to buy or sell farmland in Nebraska, Kansas, or Iowa, give Ethan Sorensen a call today at 402-380-0432 or visit them online at nextagrealestate.com. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty with locations in Lincoln and now Pender, Nebraska.
Hey, Husker Nation, Matt Davison here with 1890. It's an exciting time to be a Husker fan, and to keep that momentum going, we need your help. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics, and we're doing the same through name, image, and likeness. NIL is a unique opportunity for every Husker fan to have a direct impact on the success of our programs. Through 1890, 100% of your contribution goes to the student athletes. So go to 1890nebraska.com, choose your sport, become a member, and help the Huskers recruit and retain the best. Go Big Red.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Jake Sorensen here for The Body Shop. My wife is nearing her due date with our first child and has been in need of a good massage as her body continues to change and adapt. Dennis and the team at The Body Shop were incredible with the prenatal massage that she's still talking about today. I was also able to get a deep tissue massage, so it was a great bonding experience and a unique couples massage in general. If you're in need of stress relief, book a massage today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design, take a computer course, learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. AD is back in the studio. Oh, man, I was telling the guys before we came on the air today, I have watched more basketball in the past 2 nights than I have in the last 2 years.
Really?
I'm a NBA basketball junkie.
I mean, this was a fun time for myself as well. I was just thinking about it the other day. Me and my brothers would hang out. I get picked up from school or a couple, I get home from school and we go out. I remember Champs at Oakview Mall going there a few times to watch NBA playoffs and watch. I remember watching Phoenix when they had Charles Barkley and Dan Marley and Kevin Johnson.
Yes.
I think play. I'm not sure if they were playing. If it was the finals playing against the Bulls or just finals, or playoffs getting to the play.
Nope, it was the finals.
Yeah, and I remember watching that in Champs. It was just really cool. But yeah, a lot of basketball, but a lot more than you, Chris. A lot more than you. Because I watch from the start to finish of college, and I watch the start. I go through the tournament, conference championships, and then March Madness, and then boom, it kind of ushers me into NBA playoffs. So
I just laugh that you watch the regular season games, which I do not.
For NBA,
yeah, and you just see these scores like 130 to 125, and then last night I'm watching the I think it's the late game, the Clippers.
It was the Clippers
game.
Because of the West Coast game.
And it's like third quarter and it's like 63-48. And you're just like, where's the offense? Because they're actually, playing defense and the brand of basketball, it's been good. Like I haven't seen many blatant travels, that you see during the regular season, like the 6-step, catch the ball, look, pass. So it's fun to actually see like good basketball. And I'm finding my players. I'm gonna have to watch the Thunder here soon because that was my team I adopted as my favorite team last year. So I need to.
Who was that?
The Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay.
That was the team I adopted as my favorite team, but I have not watched a game all year or last. But I need to probably start watching them. If I'm going to support, I need to be starting to watch them.
Yeah. Real quick though, before we get rolling, hey, I'm doing Madden out in Detroit, doing the play-by-play for the NFL Madden Collegiate Championship Finals. So we got my man Daniel Mycraft from Clark University and Christian Webb from Townsend University will be playing complete. I think looks like Daniel's going to be playing with the Seahawks and Christian's going to be playing with the Ravens. And then right after that is a Super Smash tournament versus Michigan State and Oakland University, the same Oakland University that upset it. Kentucky.
So with that now, are they able to play for any like prizes?
100%. Okay, ever since I've been coaching esports since Lakeland, college players, college programs can win prize pools. Some say, it's scholarship money, but that money is the players. I remember playing in an off-season summer tournament where it was the Yard. If you play Madden, they have another a game within the game called the Yard where you're playing flag football. You're playing 7-on-7. And I was able to participate. So it was me and 2 other players. We were playing 3-on-3 versus another university, and we came in. We made it to the championship game, lost, so we were the runner-up, and so we split $1,000. And so of course I gave that all to the students. I was like, I don't need that. That's for y'all.
Okay.
It was like because they were like, what are we gonna get, Coach? I said, you're gonna get $500 a piece. They're like, for a college student, it's like Oh, that's money, right? So I was happy. But yeah, college esports, no governing body. I say it does have a governing body, but any money won by players that are, that earned it by winning championships and winning through the playoffs, they get that money.
So then, AG, I got to ask you, being that you'll be calling those games, do you have like a Chris Berman catchphrase or anything like that when they score a touchdown? Or?
No, I kind of go with the feel. I try to I try not to overwhelm myself trying to come up with that. I just, whatever happens, whatever comes out flows out my mouth. I usually just describe the play. Oh man, that's a good run. 80-yard run. I try to, but I'm not that clever yet. I'm not that clever. So it will be on Twitch and YouTube, rally.gg /Madden Finals. That's where you can find us on the internet as well. So check us out tomorrow night in Detroit. That's how people say from Detroit. Detroit.
So we had 3 NBA games last night.
Yep.
2 series has ended up going in a 1-1 split. Pacers take down Milwaukee.
It's a fight.
So that's a 1-1 series. Dallas wins on the road against the Clippers 1-1, and Minnesota goes up 2-0 on Phoenix.
Yeah, at least these games are better. Like I'm looking at 2-0 like the other night, Monday, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. I said that's somebody getting kicked. you getting run off the court. Yeah. Now when I see a 1-1, okay, it's a fight going on. That means one team put up their best game, and another team say, you know what? We ain't stepping down. We gonna step up. We got our dub. Now this game, what is it? First round is what, best of 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got 2 games.
Was it 7 or is it 2?
Or is it 7 now? I know for me it was going back and forth for 2 years.
Yeah, it was 5 back in the day. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I wish it would be best of 5. That's a topic for another day.
But most esports tournaments first round is best of 5, and then when we get to the grand finals, it's best of 7. So
do you think about, even with looking at the stats for this Indiana Milwaukee game, man? Dollar Dames, man, like you said, Raff Lillard's putting in work, man. 34, dropped 34 last night.
Yeah, I was just gonna say with him too is he comes out just scorching hot. I think he had 15 in the first quarter again, and then I guess at the end of the game kind of fades out a little bit. He still has 34.
Yeah,
it's just they're missing the Greek freak.
Oh, they're missing the Greek freak.
Yeah.
When is Giannis gonna be back, man?
A calf.
I do not know
about that. Have you heard, Raff?
I think it's kind of like day by day.
It's day by day. Calf is tricky.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hamstring.
Be honest. Full disclosure for me, I just got a little tweak like last week, jump roping on my left calf. And then obviously being at the age we're at, I'm like,
how are we gonna have the Salt Dogs come back if you're pulling calf muscles?
Well, I can swing a bat now. I can swing a bat.
Okay, you're good. You're good.
Just need a runner.
Right. You can run, but I'll get you. Matter of fact, you just get your home run track going because it's going out the park. So, Chris, pump your brakes. I can hit the baseball. Yeah, basketball, I'm out. Football right now, I'm out. But understanding that, right? Explosion, right?
Yeah.
He's all the moves he does in the paint. He does the Euro step well. He'll pack you up to the net and then dunk over you. So that explosion is not, obviously it is so tricky. I've had a few of them during the career where I was playing where we had to take it day by day, and because it could react again. You could re-injure it, and then you're out longer.
Yeah.
So those calves, so like you said, AD, more like a hammy than anything. They're so touchy and tricky, and then trying to get the most massages and ice bags on it as possible to get it, basically get it 100%.
And even when you think, it's like, okay, I'm good.
Right, it feels good.
That first moment you explode on it or try to cut on it, that's when you find out if it's really. That's why you see before games, they'll have those guys out there, whether it's football or basketball, making cuts, just kind of see where it's at. And if it's going to, the calf don't lie, man. No. The hammy don't lie either. You get away with a few things, but your calf and hammy, it's going to tell the truth.
I had a hammy in Philly, and I think I was hoping, which it didn't happen, because Philly fans will talk you off the field in pregame. And so I had tested. So we played Philly. I had a hammy, and I was like, let me go out here and test it. Then in the back of my head, I was like, oh, man, I know I'm going to hear some of these fans talk. But they didn't say nothing. They either didn't see me, or they were already gone, drunk, or arrested somewhere. The way it goes down for a Philly fan. So I didn't get no harassment because I had games where I come out there, they be like, Ahman Green. I'm like, what? You suck.
Have a good day.
Have a good day. I'm like, oh, y'all hilarious.
So my question for you guys, if we're talking about Milwaukee and Indiana series, Talk about Giannis and the calf injury. Chris Middleton went down in game 2. He was shaken up, taken to the locker room. So you have Damian Lillard, right? And then on the other side, you have an Indiana Pacers team that has just been built phenomenally, right? Tyrese Halliburton in that trade with Domantas Sabonis. You have one of the most true point guards in the league, and the Pascal Siakam trade from Toronto. Oh,
Pascal.
He got length.
He looks like Pascal from 2019.
Oh my gosh. Last night, I mean, he's so smooth. I was just like, because I haven't watched basketball for a while.
We dropped 37 piece last night.
So I remember Pascal Siakam being pretty decent, back when I watched it. And then it felt like, and then last night I was like, all right, he's back. So, I mean, if he continues to play that way, it's over. There's no way that Milwaukee's going to be able to stop him.
And that's why you make those mid-season late trades, right? What you're like as a GM.
You're making that run towards
as
the
a
playoffs.
GM and a head coach talking to one another. And you hear this all the time with NBA. It's the chemistry. You hear chemistry of players. You hear, I don't know why you only hear it in NBA, but you do. And now that coach, that GM, some of those scouts, they know they're like, the chemistry is right there. That'll be a perfect chemistry of a starting five. If we just get this guy from so-and-so, which they did, they got Pascal, getting him in between bringing energy. He's young and he defends the ball well. And so when you have a player like that for going into the playoffs, it then sets the tone, not even for yourself as a team, but then for the teams you're going to be facing, whoever you may be facing. They're like, oh my goodness, we got a young guy too that is experienced, that knows how to play basketball, put points on it, as we see 37, put points in the game and make a difference on defense as well.
You think about Siakam, he'd be already on vacation right now if he was still with the Raptors, man. He'd be golfing.
And Tyrese was Sacramento.
Yeah.
Cancun is beautiful this time of year.
They'd be both fishing, Cancun,
they
golf course or something.
That boat and everybody with the lines out in the water in the Bahamas. I'm like, man, that's cold-blooded. When they start doing that, that's cold-blooded.
Well, when Charles used to go, Charles and Kenny Smith used to have those hats on, gone fishing.
Yeah, I'm like,
gone
man.
fishing.
I said, it's true. It's facts, though.
Yes.
What you put on for football? It's like winter. You go Eskimo or something because it's still winter time.
Still winter. You just say vacate.
Yeah, that's our vacation. We go to North Pole.
Well, the Mavericks tied things up with the Clippers. Last night they nipped them by 3, 96-93, Dallas. But the way that Dallas looked in game 1, I was like, man, they might get swept if they're not careful, man. They came out last night, took care of business, led by big LD. Dude, Luka. My name is Luka.
I live on the second floor.
Yeah,
that's before your time, Josh.
Yeah.
I live upstairs.
I think a lot of things are before my time. I'm starting to realize that.
I say the thing about them with Dallas is, are they overthinking? Right? They got the animals. They got the people that are good players and just come out and be those players instead of having to basically rope a dope.
AG, I didn't watch that first game. But just from the highlights, look at the box scores, dude. Clippers were just on fire in that first.
Yeah,
game. They were up at 25 at one point, give or take during that game, first game.
And they didn't even have Kawhi in that first game.
Didn't play in that first game. They just came out hot. That was in LA. Yep. They went absolutely nuts. At one point, they're up 24 to 25 points. They just got hot. And Luka and those guys were, as quiet as church mice.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you got a team like that.
I think they just came out cold that first game.
Yeah, you got a team like that. You got to be ready to go. This is playoffs.
And I think a lot of it too is I think Dallas came out the second game and they said, we've got 2 superstars on this team.
Right.
So those 2 superstars are going to be the ones that, I mean, if you even look at the shooting stats, Irving had 18 attempts. Luka had 26. I mean, they've just decided, hey,
we ain't going out like that.
It's going to be those 2 if we're going to fall on our sword with our 2 superstars.
And since Irving got there, that's been the thing, right? It's like, why are you figuring this out? We already know who the main people is, but play off of those 2 guys, right? Because you know how the game goes in basketball. You got the guys in the corner, and it's a 3-man game in the middle.
Yep.
And you got 2 of those 3 guys in the middle that are the ballers, Irvin and Doncic. So make sure you get those guys the ball. But then when the defense is off, they're double teaming Doncic or double teaming Irvin, kick it off to one of the guys in the corner or give it to that person that's helping with the screens. And then you get more points because then you make that defense from the other team play a whole defense.
Right.
They got to cover everybody now because the shooters in the corner, if they get open, they're going to pass it, kick it to them, make sure they hit the open free 3-pointer there. So I'm like, they know this, and they have Jason Kidd as the head coach, right? So we got a professional, and you got the 2 more professional guys on the field, especially Irving, knowing his background. Like he's gonna come in ready to go. So it's just like, come on. I say right now it's playoffs. You should already figure this part out.
Absolutely.
That you guys got a squad. Let's go.
Yep.
That is that series is going to be good for the rest of the time to see them wake up, because I said I would have been shocked to see Dallas get swept. I've been shocked to see them get swept.
The only thing I think that's going to be tough is Daniel Gafford only played 9 minutes last night, went to the locker room, and that's their big center.
What did they say was wrong with him?
I don't remember. Actually, I had it muted. I was working on other stuff, but this is a guy who actually started in Chicago, so I did watch him for his first few years, and he is a monster on the glass. He gives you that inside presence. And on Dallas, like you mentioned, Raff, the two guys that need to have the ball are Kyrie and Luka. Yep. He's not a guy that needs the ball to be successful. So when you have him go down, it'll be interesting to see how they can combat a little more of the size that the Clippers bring to the table.
Yeah, you didn't have much. 0 points, board, one board, maybe defense.
And then
board, that was it.
I was going to say the Suns and Timberwolves game. Kevin Durant's got old.
Yeah.
I mean, dang. I mean, Anthony Edwards was calling him
out
and saying it.
Yep.
It's true. I mean, he was no presence in that game last night whatsoever.
Yeah, that was a fun game to watch.
Basketball, I think, is just a young man's game. That's maybe your LeBron, but that Jaden McDaniels from Minnesota, I never heard of him before until last night. But I'll tell you what, he's all over the place and just making plays. And then you've got Towns, who's coming back from injury. He's starting to fit back in. And you got Gobert or Rudy Gobert.
Gobert. Yeah.
And then you got Edwards. And then another guy that's just a scrapper and as always shows up is Mike Conley. Minnesota, I mean, they might surpass Oklahoma City as my favorite team.
Yeah.
They're like you mentioned, Raff, they're a young team too, man. They got them young legs out there, and they play like it. And they're not afraid to distribute the ball. They're not. Sometimes you get what a couple superstars. They're looking at touches. Who's going to much? They can care less.
At this point, you can't have that unless you just got a guy like that.
Absolutely,
you got the whole roster in double digits in that win for Minnesota.
Yeah,
so that's a problem.
And then we talked about earlier. I think it was yesterday. We talked about Jordan and kind of bestowing. Anthony Edwards is kind of like that new superstar guy.
Yeah.
And Anthony Edwards was not shooting the ball well last night, but he facilitated the offense and he did other things. And I was impressed by watching them last night. That Jaden McDaniels, my goodness,
he's a baller, man.
I was impressed.
Yeah, you got good players. Got to do that, like what you said with Edwards and the McDaniels. When you got young kid like that with the experience, gaining experience as you go right now, it just dividends coming back for you get past this team and you get to the next round, they'll be more confident.
It will. Well, tonight's game, folks, you got the Celtics versus the Heat at 6 p.m. It's on TNT, then followed up by the Thunder and Pelicans. And I tell you what, your Thunder better get it together, man.
Let's go, Thunder.
They play at 8:30 tonight. It's NBA caps for the day. Folks, when we come take a quick break, when we come back, we got some history action to talk about. It's Wednesday. It is Wednesday, right?
Yep.
It doesn't feel like it.
Right. He's still just a long Tuesday. 80 calls me last night. Said, got 191 miles to go. I go, you're going to get back. Good time. About 3 minutes later, oh, that's 330 miles.
Yeah, that was until the exit.
Right.
Yeah, man. So left here at the studio about 9:40 a.m. yesterday morning. Got to Fargo about 4 o'clock. Did some notes, chilled, stretched. Spoke at 7. Was in my ride by 8:15, 8:30, and got back to Lincoln about 3:45, 3:30 this morning, man. But I wanted a full day today because I fly out tomorrow morning. I was like, if I stayed the night, then you sleep. I mean, I was like, I'm just going to get back. I can sleep later today. It is what it is. Well, folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. It's The Drive on a Wednesday morning, 93.7 a ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Spring is here, and it's time to wake up Judson. Judson Irrigation is eager and ready to get your sprinkler system up and running for the season. Judson's technicians will check for winter damage, adjust your sprinkler heads, and show you how to set your controller for effective sprinkling coverage. The Judson Irrigation team is here for you. Stay safe.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Hey, Husker Nation, Matt Davison here with 1890. It's an exciting time to be a Husker fan, and to keep that momentum going, we need your help. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics, and we're doing the same through name, image, and likeness. NIL is a unique opportunity for every Husker fan to have a direct impact on the success of our programs. Through 1890, 100% of your contribution goes to the student athletes. So go to 1890nebraska.com, choose your sport, become a member, and help the Huskers recruit and retain the best. Go Big Red.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue. It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Grab a free burger and beer at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln on April 27th during their Husker Spring Game tailgate. Meet the Elway Power Sports team, play some tailgate games with them, and enter for a chance to win an official John Elway autographed football. Check out their huge selection of boats and watercraft for the summer, along with hundreds of motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides from all the major brands. Stop out and watch the game with them on April 27th. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, 27th and I-80. They'll be tailgating all day. Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular price athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Browns carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Although we can't control the air we breathe outside our home, we can make a healthy difference inside, and all it takes is a call to Bryant. With healthy air options, Bryant can help you eliminate allergens, odors, and harmful chemicals, all while controlling indoor humidity levels at the same time. If it's time for a breath of fresh air inside, it's time to call Bryant. Breathe easy, breathe healthy. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. We do whatever it takes.
The need in our community, if you just look at the numbers, it's frightening. We're serving over 1,000 kids every day. With the passion of our people, I really feel like our potential to be of even greater service to kids and families who are struggling is just unlimited. But in order to have the greatest impact, we need all the help we can get from the community.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL Weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today looks like a very nice day with mainly sunny skies and calm winds, and a high around 70. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise mainly cloudy, low around 51. And tomorrow, showers and storms are likely, especially in the afternoon. It'll be breezy too, with a high around 64. Meteorologist Kyle Fleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Join us each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon for Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves of 7-on-7 football. The future of the sport depends on the foundation set at a young age. Hear those stories and more each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Wednesday. The weather is beautiful. Not as much wind today. Lincoln, Nebraska. I love you. We love Lincoln. Rolling down Cornhusker Highway. Nebraska Huskers playing football today.
Oh, boy.
Couple days.
You know what, y'all? We'll get into history real quick, man, but that spring game, you guys like 11 o'clock better or 1 o'clock better for a spring game? Any game?
I like 2:30.
Yeah.
1 o'clock works.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you like better?
I think as someone who goes to work these games, I would prefer like a nice 1 o'clock, 2:30 so I can sleep in a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know what? The day starts early. You get to watch football at 11 a.m. and a lot of people should be in town, right? See the new team.
Yeah.
I would think so. It might be to our advantage from a weather standpoint because we're talking maybe storms later in the afternoon. So maybe an early kickoff is definitely.
Baseball team's like, no, don't say that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Well, in history, man, oof, goes back a long ways, y'all. Goes back a long ways.
Was that you, Chris?
Oof.
Or was that
That was me.
Oof.
Yeah.
2009, 3 Huskers, Cody Glenn, Matt Slauson, and Lyndon Murtha are taking the NFL draft on the final day. And AG, I did listen to you and Sip and Raff during the spillover, just talking about that too, how things have changed as far as the NFL draft goes a long day. Guys, let me ask you this: when's the last time? And I'm asking because I don't know. And text line, let us know. Hit us up on our starting text line. Allo as well. Who was the last first or second round pick Nebraska's had in football?
Great question.
I can't think of it.
No.
Was it Sue? Was the last one we had the first round?
First round for sure, maybe Sue, but I would say somebody after that. That was a long time. That was like
Sue, the last
15
first round pick.
Well, almost 15 years ago. When
Text
Sue
line,
got
help us
drafted.
out. Who was it, Josh? If you can find who was the last? Oh,
Maybe
Was Prince was before Sue?
Prince was after or during Sue at the same time because they played together.
They were about the same time.
So either
Prince.
Sue went before him or after Prince, vice versa. Amir Abdullah.
Prince Amukamara was the last one. Last first round pick.
The Prince.
and that was what 2011.
11.
Holy
13
cow.
years was the last time we had a first round draft.
When was the last time we had a second round pick or a third round pick?
I think Amir might have been a third round.
Amir-
Cam Taylor-Britt, second round.
Oh, yeah,
Taylor Britt.
Yeah, for Cincy.
Taylor Britt.
Thank you, Cam.
And Cam Jurgens.
And Cam Jurgens for Philly.
Okay, we're okay. We're back.
Cam Jurgens was what round?
They both were second.
Second
Cam
round.
and Cam were second.
And that was in year 2022.
2022.
Oh yeah, Nebraska's back.
It's been a while, man. It's been a while. We got Henry Big Hank Tank. Yep, thanks, appreciate you, brother. We got Prince right there. Willie said Randy. You know Randy? That's right.
Randy Gregory.
Randy Gregory. Willie.
I remember seeing him at actually another draft I did go to was Chicago. When draft went to Chicago, when they start rotating the drafts.
Okay.
I actually was at that draft too. I didn't go to actual draft, like the event area. I was in the city for a Legends event that I was a part of, working for the NFL for about 6 years at that time. So that was my second draft. I say out of my own draft. Yeah. Being in attendance too.
Stin from Nebraska. Stin, what's happening, man? He goes, Prince or Fonzie? Prince or Fonzie? Fonzie was what year was he, Denard?
Oh man, those
Who's
years.
Fonzie?
Alfonso Denard,
Alfonso Denard?
defensive back.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, y'all call him Fonzie.
That would have been.
Hey, me and him had some epic battles on Madden.
Did you?
Hey, he's that dude in Madden.
2012.
What year was he, man? 2012. Denard?
Or was he? Gosh.
Heavy D mentions.
I keep on thinking we played Clemson in the bowl game. I remember that.
Alfonso Denard, 7th round, 2012.
2012.
He was 7th round?
Yeah.
Really? And he was a solid player for Patriots.
Yeah, he was, man. Yeah, he was.
People slept on him.
Yeah. So there's quite a few guys in there. Henry Big Hank Tank says Prince. Willie said Randy. Yeah, we talked about Randy as well. Trey Palmer. Absolutely, because Trey Palmer, unknown texture, 258.
Tampa.
I think he was a fourth, though, wasn't he?
He was third.
He was
third
or fourth.
I think
he was 6th.
He was 6th round.
Yeah.
Boy, they got him for a bargain too, man. Because he had a heck of a year this year, man, for a 6th round.
So who gets drafted this year from Nebraska?
Who's eligible?
Does
Omar Brown's up for an opportunity. Quentin Newsom as well. I'd say those two are probably some of your headlines.
I would say the person that I would think, and obviously we don't know, but I would think I would go with probably Newsom, probably going for it. I
think Nori would probably be free agent sign.
Yeah.
Which I think that'll work out best for him where he can find the best spot.
Right.
Going in like the 6th or 7th.
Heavy D mentioned Nick Gates.
Yeah, Nick Gates. Man, and he came back from that leg injury. That
I
was
got
crazy.
Luke Weimer. Yeah, you said Luke.
No, I didn't say Luke Weimer.
Yeah, Luke. He's eligible.
Yep.
Marco Ortiz. You said Newsom.
Marco Ortiz. He's a long snapper, so he'll be a free agent.
Yeah.
Anthony Grant.
Yeah, it'll be interesting where he ends up at, man.
Marcus
Washington. It'll be interesting. We got some guys that got a chance to make some rosters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about not high draft picks for sure. There won't be any of that.
Well, one of the guys that they keep on bringing up a lot is Phelan Sanford.
Really?
Yeah. Coach will always, when they talk about chances in the NFL, he goes, I think Phelan deserves a shot at the NFL. And so if he sees something, then that would tell me that he'd have a pretty good chance of probably signing with a free agent somewhere. And even with the connections that Coach Will has, because sometimes those coaches they still have those NFL connections where they can put out make a call and say, hey, you might want to take a look at this guy
right here. Yeah. And some of those guys, like you mentioned earlier, fellas, some of those guys can be best advantage for those guys to be free agency where they need someone in their position.
Mm-hmm.
Rather
you want it
exactly.
The team wants you
exactly.
That's the difference.
Anthony Grant, gosh, I don't know if I think just I don't know if he's got it. I want to say maybe free agent signing, but I also could see Anthony Grant, maybe playing in the UFL or maybe going up to Canada or something like that.
Key thing for him, he's going to have to hold on to that ball, man.
Yeah,
he's going to have to hold on to that ball. I mean, that's going to be the main thing. He has all the physical attributes.
Yeah, he can tote the rock.
He can tote the rock, but he definitely cannot be put. He definitely can't put it on the turf with that issue he was struggling with. So hopefully he can, because he seems like a good kid.
Yeah,
definitely has the physical attributes to do it. Raff and AG, what you guys got for history, man?
History. Let's see here. I have in history on this day in 1974.
It's a good year.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers Tampa Bay gets the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They get the franchise. They get their team. The Buccaneers are the Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers are the Buccaneers.
Oh, they come into existence.
They came into existence.
The inception was the genesis of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah. And then 2004, you have probably the second John Elway kind of debacle a little bit when Eli Manning said he was not going to play for the Chargers, and the Chargers drafted him with the first pick.
And he didn't go.
And he said, I'm out. And then it made the Phillip Rivers trade.
That was Archie.
That was Archie. That was Archie. That was Daddy. Daddy Man's like, nah, you ain't playing for them.
Playing for him.
You ain't playing for San Diego. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
And then I got a couple birthdays. Born this day in 1954. The only quarterback from Nebraska ever to start a Super Bowl.
Oh,
Vince Ferragamo
for the Rams.
And then I got another birthday in 1972. Atlanta Braves All-Star third baseman Chipper Jones.
Oh, nice.
I ain't never heard of Chipper Jones.
You ever heard of Chipper Jones?
Really? What?
Ooh.
Where you been, homie?
If you're listening right now, Larry, the cable guy, you can handle AD later.
Play for Atlanta Braves?
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's like my age. 52.
Yeah, man.
What would you say? He was done about 7, 8 years
He was
ago?
that dude, man.
Never heard of him.
Left?
Never heard of him.
Was he a lefty? Was he lefty or right? I couldn't remember.
Gosh, I think
he might have been a lefty.
I think maybe. Or switch hitter, maybe.
He was a right-handed defensive player, but I think he was a lefty.
Yep.
When you said Chipper, I thought you was like, man, he play golf? Chip?
No.
Heck of a Chipper. No, he's really good.
Yeah, now he is.
And then my last birthday I got, born on this day in 1974, turning 50 years old today, Jared Tomich.
Ooh, my man.
JT.
9'3".
Hey, my dude.
Hey, animal.
Yeah. Hey, you see his farm? I mean,
no, I haven't been to his farm. He told me about his farm.
Man, I haven't been there either, but he's got some great pictures. Man, he's actually been on the show with us before about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And Jared, as you know, just a solid the earth dude, man. He's got
dude.
bulls on his farm.
Yeah, he was a walk-on.
Yeah. Yep.
Walk-on, left out of here, NFL draft.
His story is really cool, man.
Yep.
His story is, we got to have him back on the show, man. We got to have JT back on the show. Yeah. And just one of those, he was one of those dudes I called light switches. Because when lights was off, one of the most laid back dudes.
Yeah. Oh, when he got on the field.
When them switches came on, it was like, Jared went to Geronimo.
Right.
We hit a switch. We're like, man, who is this
right.
guy? In the locker room. Hey, E.T., how you doing, man? Things going good. Out of the locker room, I'll kill you, dog. I'm like, whoa, Geronimo.
Or on the football field.
Yeah, man. He did that field, man. Jared would go. I mean, his facial expressions even changed, bro.
Yeah, he was going after QBs. He was hunting QBs. And when 9-3 got turned on, I was like, yeah, this is going to be a short series. For this guy. That's my dude. Between him and Grant coming off the edge,
man.
no.
It was just misery.
It was just them quarterbacks. They didn't have a shot.
AJ, what you got, man?
Where do we want to go with this? We got 20 years ago, 24 years ago, 30 years ago for games. Let's see here.
As long as it involves Dig Dug, I'm good.
I say a game that y'all are well aware of. This one's the latest version of it. 2006, so 18 years ago. Rampage, Total Destruction. It came out on GameCube and PlayStation 2. Remember Rampage? Remember they just made a movie of it with The Rock? That used to be a video game, Raff. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I think we need to go back 30 and 40 years for my video game.
That was only 18 years, bro.
Yeah, you got to go back 30 for
That was 18 years ago.
And we got 30 years ago. I'm better at 30.
26 years ago, Mega Man and Bass. I don't know who Bass was, but I know Mega Man.
Was it a bass fishing game?
I don't know.
Oh, I'd play that.
Let me check.
That'd be kind of fun.
I'll check. I doubt it. I'll be shocked if it was bass fishing.
Was there ever a fishing game on? There was
Yes,
a fishing game.
They do.
I figured there was.
They got a new one.
But I'm talking about back in the day. There was a fishing game too, wasn't there?
Yeah,
and then probably round between 95 and 98 in that round. Because I remember when I got to Seattle,
man,
they had a place called GameWorks, a video
Bass
game place.
Fisher.
They probably had Bass Fishermen, and they had fishing games. So Bass fight for mankind as you face off with the newest menace in town, Robot King. So no, it's not a fisherman. For Mega Man.
I didn't like playing those fishing games because I always had to bait my hook.
Ain't you supposed to do that? No?
Big Bird AD been living under a rock. Third baseman in prime 90s for the Braves.
right. He was that. It was him, David Justice.
I was like Chipper, Kurt,
man, Chipper Jones, man.
Cedric Jones. I know Cedric Jones.
Man,
Cedric Sabalas.
Hey, if I got friends, AD, that they would have looked at you funny, and
yeah, man,
it would have been a problem. Man.
I guess I don't follow baseball as close, but that was just one name that escaped me, man. It's just one name that escaped me right there.
Yeah,
man.
we are that though. We have
Latex Mallard from MySpace because you want to talk cool dude with a farm. Check out Matt Slosson's up to. Matt, I didn't know Slosson at a farm, man.
I neither.
I don't know that. We need to find out where he. You know,
where's your farm? What's the address?
Yeah, and do you have a pond for fish?
Yeah.
Folks, it is on this beautiful Wednesday. We are 2 more sleeps away from the Husker Big Spring game that's coming out on Saturday. When we come back, folks, we have something that's not as pleasant to talk about.
Nebraska baseball.
Oh, my. But a bright spot is the softball, though.
Yeah.
The bright spot is the softball. We also got some sound bites as well from the Nebraska football practice yesterday as well. So we got a lot coming up for you. And, man, I tell you what, I want to ask you, Raff, I want to ask you this, Will, AG, and I want to ask you this, Will, Josh, favorite spring memory of spring football? If there's one guy's a fan or as a player or just even highlight your favorite spring, what stands out to you one of those?
That's easy.
That's easy. I got a couple.
All right, we'll talk breaks. Drive 93.7. The Ticket.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations. Guess what?
What?
There's 5 Lincoln locations now. Oh my gosh. That's 25% more Lincoln locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside 93.7 The Ticket Studios, 1040 O Street.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular price athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Browns carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better, pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter. Every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone back with the latest update from Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, your new car selection keeps getting better and better every month. Can you tell our listeners all about it?
You know, it sure is, Charlie. It's great that our customers can come in, pick out a new Honda, and drive away with it that day.
How many new Hondas do you have in stock?
Well, right now we have just about 100 in stock.
Hey, I hear you've won some very important awards in your service department. Tell us about them.
Well, the first one is we won the award for the first fixed award. So the cars are actually fixed on the very first time they're brought in. Second award is our Customer Service Experience Award. And then our third award is our Honda Express Service Elite, and we rank the best in quality and customer satisfaction.
Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman.
The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor-Hamann quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor-Hamann, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorhamann.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0. And bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska Esports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. Hour 2 is proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance or you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
That was a new one. Where'd that one come from, Brad?
I like to add a little bit.
Where you ad-libbed in there?
It keeps people into the read.
You raised your hand up and went,
Right.
whoa!
He got all into character there.
That's just like the baseball team last night. We needed more runs.
Yeah, it was a rough game.
Man, this is their fourth straight midweek loss.
I'm having like flashbacks to last year. It wasn't last year.
It is being the same. It's the same script.
Got to break the trend.
It is the same script, man. I mean, it is. You know, and then when you spot them, was a 5-1 lead. 5-1 lead.
Start out 4-0, and then yep.
And it just got. Raff, we went through 10 different pitchers, bro.
Another midweek game.
Pitchers
in the game.
10 pitchers yesterday.
I
last
said
night.
this a couple games ago, right?
What's that?
I remember watching the stats of hits.
Yeah.
And how many hits we had to get to win to overcome the deficit of
Start looking at all those names.
not having good pitching. You know, it's unfortunate that the pitchers either not rested or they just don't have experience or they don't have the strength right now to throw certain pitches, right? Because you got to have you have to have at least 3 pitches as a pitcher that are your go-to pitches. So you have one of those is a fastball. There's the one other is, and the 2 others they do stuff. It's a curve, changeup,
slider,
or a slider. You know, or unless you could throw all those pitches, great. That means you got 4 pitches on your resume, pretty much.
Well, with 10 pitchers, KU saw about all of them,
right?
And didn't care.
But that means they got to develop the pitchers. You know,
what you want us to hit on this one, dog?
Right?
I mean,
yeah, that's just
this
unfortunate.
Yes, we're 3-5 this year in midweek games, man. And you add that 9-4, you spot a team 5-1.
Yeah,
and they just KU had no problems, Raff.
Yep.
Yeah,
and the Kansas baseball site, they put up a picture this morning of a broom and
of course,
a can of corn, and it goes, "Found us a can of corn."
I hate that stuff.
I
hate that stuff.
Hey, well, we would do the same, you know.
I want to be doing the doing.
Right.
I don't want to.
That's sports, right? That's trash talking.
Yes.
You got to do it.
You just see it, it just sort of cuts a little bit.
It cuts, man. If you don't want to see that, win the game.
Win the game.
You know,
win the game.
And so for either both sides, right? And so coaching knows this. We got to get our bullpen together. We got to work on some things, either health-wise, if it's guys that are not up to par in that area, or just the experience of playing games competitively in terms of knowing how to throw the right pitches at the right time. And that's also the catcher side of it, understanding that process of knowing what the pitcher's doing, you know, what pitcher he has at the mound. He knows his pitches and he knows the scenario with the batter and playing those mind games because you're thinking about what this batter likes to hit. And you got to let the pitcher know, okay, you can't throw these pitches.
Right.
As a catcher, you got to do that. That's that constant communication you have.
Let me ask you guys this, though. Raff, do you think, okay, you took care of business over Maryland this past weekend. Do you think it's just in their week, y'all, with the midweek games? You just think it's in their head? It's psychological at this standpoint? I mean, because Nebraska is a night and day team from the weekends to midweek games. It has been that way for the past year. This year included 2023. It's been, you know, like I said, it's 4 straight week. They're 3-5 in midweek games this year. Do you think it's psychological? Nebraska is like
I think it's a little bit. I think it is.
I think it has to be in their head a little bit.
I guess we're talking about it. I guess they probably hear it from, you know, like, hey, midweek games. But gosh, it's frustrating because they're going to look back on these midweek games when the seedings come out for regionals and stuff and be like, man, if we would have won those midweek games, we might have been hosting.
And I'll have to say, I know, Chris, you probably don't want to say it, so I'll say it. Nick was right. The team struggled in midweek. This is the team that struggles in midweek games.
Oh,
and by this time it is mental.
Yeah,
because it's deep into the season. College playoffs, getting to Omaha, starts up here in a few weeks. And so it's a mental. At this point, it's a mental thing.
Because
I'm gonna just say that
you need these games too, because playing in the Big Ten, it's not the biggest power conference for baseball.
For baseball, correct.
So you got to get those midweek games just to add on to your resume.
Because all it is a change of it's just another day.
It's a different day.
That's it. It's still baseball. So it's just mentally getting over the fact that, okay, it's on a Tuesday or a Wednesday instead of a Saturday or Sunday or a Friday. Because those days, as naturally as we are as human beings, we know those days off the times we just kind of, if we have a game, like after our games on Saturday, we know we're just relaxing. You know, we don't know for baseball, they might have a doubleheader.
Yeah.
Sometimes that comes into fray, but it's on a Saturday.
Right.
And then the doubleheader next day or the same day later, you know, a few hours later, it happens. So just that type of mindset might come into play on a Tuesday or Wednesday. You know, you got homework or something else going on.
Right.
And you got stuff to do the next day. So that might be creeping in, but you just got to be mindful of that as a coach and a player to make sure you get those players ready for that mindset.
I also think a big part of it too, we've seen the struggles of the bullpen, right?
Right.
What we have to understand is these guys are not in the MLB, right? They can't go out, some of these relievers, throw 30 pitches on a Friday and be good for a Sunday.
Recovery is important.
Exactly. So you're seeing, take the Maryland game, for example, how many runs got let up in that series? They had a great Sunday, but you see the back and forth. If you're throwing out these crazy amount of pitchers on Saturdays and Sundays, they aren't going to be ready for Tuesday. And that's just a fact. If you run through your bullpen, now obviously Sunday was a little different. It was 16-4, I believe.
Yeah, roll them.
But at the end of the day, your guys are still tired from Friday and Saturday. They're not professionals. And you also have to think about, this is a team that can make the Big Ten baseball tournament. Top 8 teams make it. I've worked this before in Omaha. I'm there from Tuesday till Sunday. I go to the stadium, I work, I go to the hotel. Like you're saying on your road trips, Ahman, it is all business. And when you go in there, you have a lot of downtime, right? That downtime, you can't get in your own head. And you also have to understand that, you know, you're going to be playing from Tuesday to Sunday. If you have that opportunity to keep going, you have to play consecutive days. They have 3 sweeps all year, and 2 of them are because of cancellation. So they had a day off in between.
Right.
Northwestern is the only true sweep, if I'm correct, because Nichols, there was a canceled game, and I actually have this
earlier in the year. There was another one.
It might have been, I think, Wichita State. It was New Mexico State. New Mexico State and Nichols there were cancellations in between. So these guys only have 1 true sweep. You can't win the Big Ten baseball tournament. You can't make it to Wednesday or Thursday in the Big Ten baseball tournament if you can't have a healthy bullpen.
Yeah, got to get those guys recovered, stretched out, and just, you know, ice bags on the shoulders.
Well, and Joe B's got a good point here.
Stuff.
You know, he goes, coaches call the pitches. The Huskers are just not very good, but look good in the Big Ten. The Big Ten is not very good. And that's one thing we talked about, which could play up against them. You dropping these midweek games. It's not like you're coming from a stellar conference known for baseball as far as that goes. And Joe B follows up to say none of the pitchers that pitched last night pitched last weekend.
Yeah, no,
they
work on the rotation.
They've got to get something figured out, man. Like I said, this team could go one or two ways right now. If they can just go, take care of business, or continue to lose games like this, and it was like, well, fellas, 2024 was a wrap.
No.
And that's up to them at this point. What are you going to do with it?
But I mean, they're looking back to it. The games not only in the midweek, but they're looking back at Big Ten games that they probably should have got.
Yep.
I mean, they should have a commanding lead in the Big Ten right now, but they're dropping games of teams that they know they should beat. So there comes that time now where they're going to have to make that transition to, hey, we got to change things. I mean, that's all you can do is you got to take it amongst yourselves as a team. Maybe they got to have one of those famous team meetings without the coaches and be like, hey, what are we going to be? You know what? Because they got it.
If we die, we die.
Yeah.
Goes down.
Bring in Coach Rule and give them a speech.
One team that didn't die last night was Husker women, man.
Softball.
2 walk-off game winners in the first game and the second game.
And against Iowa. Take that.
Yes.
Take that, Hawkeyes.
Now, that I did get to listen to on the way back. You know, when I was putting on a little on the app.
Transistor radio.
Yeah, transistor radio. Little satellite dish on top of the truck. You look at the Husker women's softball, segue into that. You know, they have 6 injured players. 6! And yet they keep slugging it out. And literally, they had won the first game. They took care of business with a walk-off win in that game. And then the second game looked scary for a while. And the literally last at bat, Breadwell. I believe it was Breadwell that hit that, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, Breadwell.
Breadwell hit that one. It was that team needed to win like that, man. After losing to Michigan at Michigan this weekend, the series there, a tough fought thing. I mean, you're literally they're building this plane as it's in the air because pieces keep falling off with injuries, but yet they keep rebuilding with just grit, some duct tape here, some heart here, a little blood here, a little sweat equity there, some bruises there, and they end up getting Iowa and taking care of them. That puts Nebraska softball women's right now 27-19. Bro, I didn't think they'd win 20 games with all the injuries they had.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it'll be interesting when they have Coach of the Year voting if Rondo will garner some Coach of the Year just for what she has faced during the year. But this is definitely a coaching job.
Let me ask you guys this, man. Josh, AG, Raff, and all the years, I'm not saying we're all staunch. I really started watching softball close when Abby, little Abby Squire, our neighbor. Abby Squire, AG, you didn't know this, but she's hurt this year, but she was one of their stellar players that's out for this year. But grew up next door, would watch her just over and over growing up. Since watching Abby play the past couple of years, I never saw the Nebraska softball team get decimated with injuries we've had this year. Have you guys seen something like this? 6. I mean, they weren't just like those 6 key players.
I was a part of this.
6 big players.
Yeah, I'll say I was a part of this in the NFL on my 2005 season in Green Bay. I went down with a quad and about 6 or 7 offensive starters and then about 5 or 6 defensive starters.
So they had 11 that was just down.
Yeah, and starters, like clear-cut starters were gone, and then we had to replace them. They went from, in the running back position alone, it was myself, and then it was Najee Davenport and Tony Fisher. They all went down after me. And then that's how we end up getting and everybody learning who Sam Congato was. Yeah.
I forgot about him.
Yeah.
I did too. I'd heard that name.
So he was basically a free agent.
Where did he go to college at?
Somewhere on the East Coast.
Okay.
Somewhere on the East Coast. I can't think of it. But he's a doctor now. He's a doctor.
Well, he did well for himself.
Very well.
And I tell you what, he made a name for himself too.
Yeah.
He made it. But you think about that. Never would have heard of the guy, most likely.
Yeah.
At least not in Green Bay. Had all those injuries not taking place with yourself.
It was just unfortunate. One of those years.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Mike Sherman was the casualty because of the injuries. We didn't have we went 6-12 or whatever it was, because we're basically trying to replenish with different talent and for any coaching staff.
Half on each side of the ball, as far as that goes.
Almost half on each side of the ball. So
you went to Liberty.
Yeah.
Liberty?
So
Wow.
East Coast. And so, but for baseball too, it's hard to replace that because you already got your clear-cut starters. And then as baseball then comes a different layer of stuff you got to adjust to: pitching, batters, understanding, the one players that are going to be your base runner, stuff like that. It's a whole little bevy of different things you gotta plan for as a manager.
Absolutely.
And to know certain players like your base runners or your pinch runners are gone. A few are gone, and some of your best players from a standpoint of Ball, when she came in, she got to hear that she was out. I was like, man.
And the thing, she got hurt the first daggum week.
Yeah.
I mean,
first couple of innings.
First
right?
couple of, I don't think she
second inning. I think she was in.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate. The good thing is you got next year, right? Everybody heals up. Everybody's rehabbing now,
and you're building the girls that are on the team right now.
100%.
So they're going to come in with more confidence.
They have that experience, even though it's not a good experience because they're losing or having tough games. They got to battle it out, but they're gaining experience. And then next year, that's going to count as basically like a multiplier. Now you got all your key players back, And then the players from last year that stepped in, now they got the same
experience.
They have that experience now, so that's where you could benefit from.
8598 says Nebraska baseball in the Big Ten right now is like Nebraska football in the Big 8 in the 80s. We were great against subpar conferences. Kind of sucked whenever we played somebody that was good.
AD, I'm going to refer back to something that you brought up earlier about the Big Ten baseball. It's not exactly a powerhouse like SEC and Big 12. Last year, only 2 teams from the Big Ten made the College World Series, or not the World Series, but the tournament as a whole, Maryland and Indiana. Iowa was actually in the title game against Maryland, and they didn't make it. They made a run through the tournament and did not get a bid.
Eliminated.
Indiana was the 2 seed. So this is kind of a situation. You need to either win this thing or be a top 2 seed.
Yeah, you got to.
There's no room for error.
Nebraska, that's a great point, Josh. Nebraska has very little room of error right now, man. If they want to go deep into this postseason, that's for sure, man. They got to get it together.
Come to Jesus meeting.
Yep.
1 o'clock. Chris Raff will be leading it.
Before we go to break, 2655 says, AG, I don't know much about gaming. Why is my Twitter feed filled with people ganging up on Hulk Hogan and WWE 2K24 stopping their battles to crush him? Is this a thing?
I don't know. I got to check that out myself. I haven't been on X.
Everybody hates
AG, stop it right now. You pull them dang fingers. I don't know what's going to happen. Another one comes out. I was looking. I was like, what's that man doing over there with his hands over there again? Okay, see. Okay. All right. My man just moved his thumb like a G.I. Joe with a Kung Fu grip on it, man.
Oh, my God.
Come on, man. AG, come on, dog. I'm not even looking over there, man. I only got about 3.5 hours of sleep. I thought I was like Ghetto Boys. My mind's playing tricks on me.
On X, I gotta get on there. I don't know what's going on, but I know on X it goes down.
Why is your knuckle that big on that hand? Man, what in the world is that?
Holding the football.
He carried the football a lot. He got hit.
It looks like you're holding the football right now.
Have you ever thought about like bending your fingers that way, like in class in front of like your students?
I've done it. Yeah. Yeah, I've done it.
Why?
You kind of remind me of Mel Gibson. He just doesn't carry weapons.
Yeah, the shoulder.
Dusting your shoulder up against the wall.
Yeah. I don't have to bust
AG's busting his fingers up.
And Raff, you were talking, I was kind of looking at you in the peripheral, just see my man's fingers coming out. I was like, why is his finger that far out?
Hey, AG, you make a hell of a piano player. You make a hell of a piano. You want to be in my band?
Right.
Hey, concert pianist.
You know?
Well,
yeah.
AG.
I don't know what's going on with X. I just know it goes down on X. People get in arguments all the time about things. So I got to check out the argument with Hulk Hogan and WWE24.
Hulkamania lives forever.
Yeah. I know they did like a big dedication to all the old school wrestlers in this version of this year's game. So I know that. So it might be something in the game or something on X that old school Hulk Hogan's on there talking trash to the fans. And that's where it gets real at, for sure.
Well, speaking of strong, 09 texter, good morning. 0901 says, get those baseball guys in the weight room with football. With a muscle sign up there. We'll see, man. They better show some muscle here coming up because it's crunch time for them right now, man. Folks, we're up against our next break. When we come back, we got some more sports to discuss with you.
Husker football.
We got some sound bites for Satterfield.
We do.
Some Satterfield, see what he has to say as we're approaching the spring game, 11 a.m. on this Saturday at the Big House Memorial Stadium. We'll be right back, folks, on this beautiful Wednesday, Hump Day. 90.7 a ticket. We'll be right back.
You can get diesel anywhere, but what about Atomic Diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with Atomic Diesel. Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how Atomic Diesel and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs. Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in April. Try their brand new cake batter cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the caramel latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Foundation for Lincoln Public Schools. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Ella Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
One action, no matter how small, can have a world of impact on the life of a child. Cedar started because one couple believed that they could provide a child with a better life. And that belief grew into the Cedars that we know today, a powerful force for good that helps thousands of kids across Nebraska. Belief grows.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and our annual spring sales event is now underway. We have absolutely huge savings right now at Koppel. New Sierras and new Silverados have a double whammy. Choose from APR starting at 1.9% or discounts over $9,000. Yes, that's right, 1.9% APR or discounts of over $9,000. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street just south of the interstate, or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Hey, Husker Nation, Matt Davison here with 1890. It's an exciting time to be a Husker fan, and to keep that momentum going, we need your help. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics, and we're doing the same through name, image, and likeness. NIL is a unique opportunity for every Husker fan to have a direct impact on the success of our programs. Through 1890, 100% of your contribution goes to the student athletes. So go to 1890nebraska.com, choose your sport, become a member, and help the Huskers recruit and retain the best. Go Big Red.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
School tells you all about the 4 seasons: spring, summer, and so on. And then there's a way we really tell what time of year it is. Sports seasons: football season, baseball season, or even off season. Well, what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now, of course. And now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season, y'all. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolatseason.com. See you there.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
What's the radon level at your home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure your home is safe with a radon check from Bryant. If you've already tested, ask Bryant for a free estimate for mitigation. Once completed, you'll get a report showing how much safer your home is. When it comes to radon, call Bryant, 467-1111 for testing and mitigation. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It's Wednesday. The weather's perfect. It's going to have to be some golf today. Yep, golf it is. I made the decision. Well, yesterday, another press conference, we had Mr. Satterfield take the podium and Mr. Barthel and some running backs and all that good stuff. So I'm ready to hear some clips. You ready to hear some clips?
What do you got? Yeah, this is from Marcus Satterfield on Dylan Raiola's change from the beginning of spring.
I think we challenged him to play, to get his, not bad body language, but to get his energy going, because people are going to feed off him. And he played like he was at recess. He played like he was in third grade out on the playground, flying around, moving around, dancing around, giving people high fives. And I think that bled into our offensive guys, gave them a lot of confidence to go out and do some really good things on Saturday, this past Saturday.
It's funny listening to that, because I think the coach is probably listening to the drive, because I feel like earlier in the week, didn't we say something about how players gravitate, even though he's not the starter or whatever, you still need to be that leader, the one that takes the strings, kind of be that person. And it felt like when he said that, I was just like, Coach Satterfield, are you listening to the drive again? Yeah, but
leadership. Go ahead, man.
Oh no, I was just saying, it's just taking command. I mean, it's not always being anointed the leader. It's, just taking command. And that's what it felt like there.
I've always felt, and Coach Osborne, AG would agree to this, and coaches like him, men and women like that, true leaders don't have to say I'm a leader. They have a presence about them. They have an aura about them. When they enter a room, they're in the room, and they don't have to say a word. Yeah. He has that it factor. Now, what happens on Saturdays, we don't know, but you can definitely see that quality in him. And like Satterfield said, people gravitate towards that. Tommy had that. AJ, as we know. And when he did speak, you knew he was speaking, but didn't say it. Just did it by his play. Oh, yeah. AG the same way as a running back. You know what? Didn't say a lot. The pads did the talking. There was a presence that you guys had and still have, and people like that, the leadership abilities, they don't have to say anything. In fact, if they do have to say something, you're probably not who we thought you were in the first place, because you speak when you think you need to speak and not just to be hearing yourself talk.
Yeah. Speaking up, saying things. Like I said, I was a leader where I knew what I needed to do every practice or every game and just did it, and had to grow accustomed to speaking out loud. I say speaking out loud to talk to a teammate, to check in with them. Hey, are you doing good today? Are you okay? And if you get to notice their mannerisms are different or they're off, they might be off in practice, then I'm like, I'm going to check in and see if someone's okay. That's part of what I used to do, getting into the part where I became more verbal, because I knew that if I say something, I better be on point. Mm-hmm. I can't just be talking.
Absolutely.
To be talking.
Because after a while,
I can't be wasting breath.
And you know what, AG? It's kind of like the analogy I use at times. If you got a coach that's always barking at you, eventually you don't hear the bark anymore.
No, you become used to it, and you don't want to become used to it.
Well, Coach Brohorst, offensive lineman at Lincoln Southeast, offensive line coach. I always heard his bark. It never deadened.
Yeah, but when he did it for a purpose. It wasn't just for the sake of just yelling. You got some coaches be out there just be yelling for no reason. Certain players, sometimes those players can become irritating. Like, dude, shut up.
Like at the NFL level, yes. I had that in 1998 where coaches were just yelling to be yelling. And I knew it right away. And of course, I had the players that you're talking about would step up and be like, man, just shut up.
Just shut up.
We're not even in plays right now. It's special teams, and you're yelling at me. And I'm not on special teams right now.
That's on my Run DMC. You talk too much. You don't ever shut up. I said you talk too much. Oh boy, you never shut up.
Right. And so for me, it was, I told Coach Osborne, we just had a little talk yesterday. I said, hey, my best staff that I had from the pro level and the college level was here in Nebraska. Combined. Yeah. Because for all the staffs I experienced in Seattle, in Green Bay, which was one consistent staff, maybe one or two coaches would get changed in and changed out throughout the years, but head coach was Mike Sherman for those 8 years, or say 6 to Mike McCarthy. And so those coaches were just not as, they would get a little bit more, keep it more business-esque. Yeah. Didn't really get to sometimes know us players, because then they would know how to push us.
Right.
What buttons to push at the right time in practice or in games. I had a couple coaches where they got to know me. Sylvester Crooms was one of them. And you
said Sylvester Stallone. I was like, I know he coached the Packers.
Sylvester Crooms, Sly Crooms, and he was one of the first. He was the first
knocked down. You keep on.
Right, he was one of the first black coaches in the SEC or ACC for Mississippi State, and right after he left us, and
he was
head coach, and he would throw things that give me nuggets for the off season. AG, I want you to work on your footwork, on your route running. AG, I want you to do this off season. He would give me stuff to work on, which made me better, made me the guy and the running back that I was. And so coaches that do that stuff, and when he talked to you, and he was one of those coaches, he didn't, when he spoke, you knew something was up.
Kind of like Coach Osborne.
He rarely didn't say, he talked to us. And I remember one time had a coach on our Packer staff that tried to get on me. Like it was like either the tight ends or it was either tight ends or wide receivers. And Sly stepped up right away. Hey, yo, you better back up. I don't coach your position, coach. I coach my running back. So if you talk to my running back like that, he said that, I was like, that's my dude.
And what that did for you is in your confidence in
and
him.
Everybody in the running back group and fullback group was like, that's our coach.
That set a standard.
He got our back.
He's
standing up to another coach in meetings. I mean, he stood up and said, don't you talk to my running back. You deal with your tight ends or whatever position that was. I deal with my running back. And I was like,
I love it.
Thanks, coach. Appreciate you. I was like, okay, I like this.
What you got?
We actually also have more audio from Marcus Satterfield on losing Gabe Ervin and Ramir Johnson on the same day.
I mean, I think it's the way that Coach Rule designs practice that saves us. I mean, you got to have 3 or 4 running backs ready to roll just because it's such a physical toll that their body takes week in and week out, day in and day out. So I think just, you look up and you lose both those guys. You're going down to your 3rd and your 4th guy on the depth chart. They better be ready to go in and execute at a high level.
And I say that's the unfortunate part of spring ball. I was like, I remember being in high school, watching spring ball from the TV here, or up in Omaha. If I was at Central or at North, LP always was beat up. Or somebody had a hammy, somebody had a quad. That was a starter from the regular season. Because I think that's part of now, as an athlete and then training staff and even coach staff paying attention to, those guys played a lot of time during the regular season. So their bodies are kind of like letting them know, hey, you need to take a break right now. So it's nothing, it's unfortunate, but it's like, it's not the end of the world. Like Satterfield kind of made his comment. So as a coach, I'm like, it's spring ball. I mean, they're out. So now we got to get these young guys in and they could gain experience. So it's not a terrible thing. Do we wish they were there? Yeah, but it's okay. We get these young guys going. But also, like I said, players' bodies are kind of talking to them, because that's where I wanted to play baseball or run track, because your body gets to do something different and not be physical again.
Well, to your point there, too, guys, you look at this, what he said, those guys, our bodies are healing. And at the same time, those younger guys are getting some reps, meaningful reps. So it's like I said, you would like to have all of them healthy, but you're still up. You're still up, if you would, because those younger guys, and we know that as brutal as the Big Ten is, you're going to need all of them.
Yeah. And it also just shows you, too, that the age of like the bell cow running back are probably over, So if you are 4th string on the depth chart, that does not mean you're not. Yeah, you're going to play.
Better be ready. Better be ready.
Speaking of being ready, as we'll go one more here. Emmett Johnson, who is going to have to step up, he talks about taking that next step with the running backs going down.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I always had confidence, but I just feel like now it's like I've seen a lot of things, and I'm able to take that next step, and kind of like, is rather than like if I mess up on a play, I'm looking at the things that I could have did better on it, just knowing that I'm a step ahead of last year. I feel like with all my reads and just I'm stronger, I'm faster, so I think I'm just seeing everything more clearly this season.
Good, and that's what you want to hear, because seeing the run gaps, seeing the run fits where the lineman's just getting engaged with the D tackle or the linebacker, that is what separates you as what you're getting better at. When I started to see that stuff, because it's like slow motion. You're seeing things happen in slow motion because you already know from your footwork and your point of entry to the offensive line, how you're pressing the heels to either cut back or take it play side. That type of little stuff as a running back for that to develop now, where he's feeling comfortable, where it's not thinking, it's just reacting. And same for the wide receivers running routes, same for the quarterbacks coming out, their play action fake and then getting their eyes, shoulders square and eyes down the field to look at the receivers. Well, those little detail parts is where, players like Dylan, Raiola coming in, he could get a fast track before training camp and get his point where he's really comfortable before he gets going in the regular season.
Well, you think about how quickly this season, this spring football season, if you would, has gone by. As they have 2 days left.
Man, it flew by.
Yeah, it did, man. It did. Would definitely. I know next week we'll definitely want to discuss ins and outs of it. Where the bright spots? What
do we see on that field?
Yeah, what do we see on that field? What were things that we get done? Did we go in the lab this spring? Did we get in the lab and get some things? Some things figured out. I don't even say figured out, fine-tuned, discovered. As well as you would.
It's just all experiences.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because spring ball is nothing where obviously you get a trophy. I mean, they're doing the little, spring league stuff among the players where they're learning how to be a GM and scout each other and scout a team and scout a player. I love it. I love it because it gets them engaged.
Absolutely.
Right? So they're not only engaged in the weight room after practice or engaged on the football field, but then they have these little scenarios that they're GMs and they got to figure out things. So that on that side of it, but then also then they're getting to know each other a little bit better.
Absolutely.
The players to players and the coaches to coaches.
Correct.
And so then that right there is what I say the benefit of having a spring ball, because everybody, regardless of their health or not, they're in the building. You'll see them. You could talk to them, and then transition to the summer because you're about to be gone here in a week or two. I say 2 weeks. We're officially gone. Finals, dead week, and all that. And then now, at least you got to cultivated the dirt a little bit before they left for spring or left for summer, because they're gonna go home. And they'll now come back. They'll remember the time here to get ready for the summer and what they got to do in summer ball.
I'm pumped for it, man.
Yeah, and then even though you look at last year and rough times, having to play like Emmett Johnson, being that he was, but now it's going to pay dividends, and not just for the running backs. It's good for all those young players that played last year, the Malachi Comans, the Jalen Lloyds, people like that maybe they were thinking about maybe holding them back, but now this is where it's going to pay dividends this year. So.
Absolutely,
100%.
Folks, we're going to take our last break. Come back. We got the RGT 80 attitude adjustment as well. This last segment, it's Wednesday. It's hump day on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Thanks for driving with us. We'll be right back on the drive, 93.7 a ticket.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out, because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out, with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, this deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador, online at prg-ne.com.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Ella Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the Bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter. Every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Problem gambling affects millions of Americans daily, of all ages and walks of life. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today looks like a very nice day with mainly sunny skies and calm winds and a high around 70. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise mainly cloudy, low around 51. And tomorrow, showers and storms are likely, especially in the afternoon. It'll be breezy too with a high around 64. Meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Do you need your event or venue secured? Call Tank Security Team. Tank Security Team is Lincoln's #1 non-lethal security company. Tank Security Team offers first-class security with efficient and quicker response times. Hire Tank Security Team. No hassle, no headaches. Call Tank at 402-310-3589 and get secured today.
One action, no matter how small, can have a world of impact on the life of a child. Cedars started because one couple believed that they could provide a child with a better life. And that belief grew into the Cedars that we know today, a powerful force for good that helps thousands of kids across Nebraska. Belief grows.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bozin. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Lincoln is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and actively involved in our community. Last year, I voted for the largest property tax relief package in Nebraska history. Property tax relief is important to every family, and I will continue to deliver more property tax relief to working families. This is Carolyn Bozin, and I am asking for your vote on May 14th. Paid for by Bozin for Legislature.
Alcohol has strained our relationship. Drinking too much can cause harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, we will save our relationship. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. This segment is proudly sponsored by Florial's Italian Restaurant and Grill, just south of Lincoln Southwest High School on 14th and Pine Lake Road. Florial's Italian Restaurant provides a cozy, family-friendly setting where good food and good company come together. All you have to do is visit florialsne.com or call 402-423-5576 to make reservations or place takeout orders. And I saw Bess last night, and he told me to tell any universities around town, University of Nebraska, University of Westland, if you're a coach or somebody that needs catered, Florial's will cater. So let Bess know. He will cater.
I might not disappoint. I got an event on I believe May 12th, so the last Sunday of the school year. We're doing a little get together with the Esports team before everybody goes home, kind of like we were talking about with spring ball. I might do that.
There you go.
Right?
Boom.
It best up.
Somebody's waving at us.
So it's done.
Not sure it was.
It must be a Raff's roadie, probably.
You got to take it. You got to wait. You got to wait. You got to reciprocate.
Raff, what you got, man?
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to the Lincoln Public Schools Scholar Cadre. I don't know what Pete does with them, if he's the leader of the Scholar Cadre or what, but this Scholar Cadre, they do everything. I mean, they spoke the annual State of Diversity address. They spoke there. The scholars were poised, shared perspectives, challenges, and actionable equity steps for leadership, staff, community, and their peers. They also went out and they spoke, engaged in 5 City of Lincoln Montessori classes.
Montessori.
Sorry about that.
You didn't go to Montessori school.
Yeah,
I didn't either. I was like, you said rotisserie?
I never heard of Montessori until I got to Green Bay.
Yeah, so they spoke at story time. Just everything they do. You hear a lot of bad things in the news, but I'm here to tell you that there are a lot of great things
there is,
and a lot of great people that are still trying to make this world great. So, Pete, LPS, the Scholar Cadre, continue doing great work. You got Raff's Good Take.
Love it, man. Pete and his team do a great job, that's for sure, man. Like you mentioned, Raff, there's so much negativity, pessimism, cynicism, etc. And it's good to see there is more light. Yep. There is more good.
There are people that are fighting, still fighting for the good.
The AT Attitude Adjustment is sponsored by Integrated Life Choices. IOC is hiring for direct professionals all over the state of Nebraska, full-time, part-time, days, evenings, and weekends. Help ensure a meaningful life. The people you support and helping to achieve their hopes and dreams. Apply at IOC.net/careers. You guys didn't mention this the other day, but on Monday, I went in for my yearly cancer check, and I'm always glad when they say untraceable.
Mm-hmm.
And when I get that, I go in. I don't like the bill. I mean, great people. But I don't even like looking at the place when I drive by it on 56 and Pine Lake. So had to go in there, did the blood draw, then you wait a few hours to get that phone call. You go to the portal, but gave me a call, AD, it's untraceable. I love to hear untraceable because it's always nerve-wracking for me. I say that to say this, folks. Adjust your attitude if you need to on getting in for your checkups.
Do that.
I can't say that enough. Get in for your physicals. Get in for your screenings. If you're female, male. Get in for your colonoscopies, all that stuff. I can't stress it enough.
Did it Monday.
Yes, I was going to let you say it. I wasn't going to say it.
Yeah.
You know, he said, AG said they got the pipes cleaned, got the pipes checked.
Hey, and that solution, the sodium sulfite and potassium sulfite and magnesium sulfite, hey, it clears you out. It clears you out.
Clean as a whistle.
I was like, I thought I was cleared out before.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I started on Sunday afternoon around 5 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And about 7 p.m., I was crystal
clean.
I was like, man, but I still got to go through the procedure, go in there, go in the office. They check for polyps and all that. And
absolutely.
They found one little one, but that could have been done, took it out. And I'm like, great. So
but here's the deal.
Next time I see you 5 years from now.
If you don't go in,
right,
that thing's, you don't know how that growth is going to be, if it's what it's going to be. I can't stress out to you enough because as I've shared before, my doctor told me when I first went in, back this time 3 years ago, me and Raff were at the golf course, literally.
Yep.
And I thank God for my boy Raff because he never brought it up because I didn't want to talk about it because I was waiting to get the results back. I just wanted to not think about it for those days where I planned. But my doctor said, Aaron, had you not come in when you did, our conversation is much different. In brown and black males, prostate cancer is more aggressive and it's more prominent. So I'm letting you all know, get in and get your checkups. Well, I'm busy, AD. Well, guess what? Cancer doesn't care how busy you are.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Doesn't care about your schedule.
Sorry, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, high blood pressure, diabetes, and go on and on. So what's the attitude adjustment? Get in to get your checkups, folks, or else you won't be here with us anymore.
Don't be afraid to know what's going on with your body.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Take us home, y'all.
All right, everyone. It's been another great show. It's Wednesday. AG travels safe to Detroit.
Yes, indeed.
If you see the Broncos, tell them to draft wisely.
All right. I'll try.
Thank you.
I'll try.
I appreciate you.
I'll let them know. Hey, guy, Raff said, hey.
Raff says draft wisely.
What's one of their needs? I'll let them know.
Quarterback.
True. Facts.
Everything.
Wow.
Any coaches running around that joke?
Oh, wait a second. We got Zach Wilson. We're good. We're good.
Hey, real quick though, Raff. You know what?
Quarterbacks.
I think they could potentially be using that for trade bait later.
Potentially.
Maybe.
They could potentially because they could. I mean, just something that they could potentially
build them
be
up,
using that. You
trade
never know.
them away for Quinn.
Or even this right now. You never know.
This draft, right? Yeah.
All right. Well, everyone, be nice to each other. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture,